So visitors are going to see a whole range of different editions of the Alice books, costumes, objects and images, all of which show Alice as both a follower of fashion and as a trendsetter in her own right. They are going to be able to see the ways in which Alice's look has been changed both over time in different editions, but also the way that she's been adopted and appropriated in different parts of the world, so adapted to local cultures. On top of that, they'll be able to see the ways in which Alice has really served now as a reference point and an inspiration for designers, stylists and other people in the fashion industry around the world. So Alice from the very beginning was always a follower of fashion, but from the kind of early 20th century onwards, she then started to really shape the way that people dress themselves in their ordinary lives, but also in things like fancy dress, in their weddings, and not just in Britain and in the Anglophone world, but really across the world. And it's quite an extraordinary phenomenon. Also, she's really shaped the way that fashion creatives from designers, stylists, photographers, window dressers, the way that they approach their work and really serving as a really key point of reference and inspiration for people working across that industry. I mean, it is a really extraordinary thing that Alice has endured to the extent that she has, that we are still so familiar with the hairband, the tights, the big dress, the pinafore. And partly I think it's to do with her character. She's really enigmatic, really difficult to pin down, but she also combines a whole series of qualities which people today still really aspire to. So she's independent, she's inquisitive, she's increasingly, as the adventures go on, assertive. And I think lots of people today kind of want a piece of that, especially because on top of all of that, as she's going through all of her adventures and without being unduly concerned about it, she always looks kind of great. It's a great year this year, and with this project I've been very lucky to work with the likes of Liberty and a pattern cutter from Roxander. But I've got some great new things to be working on for the rest of the year. So I'm working with a composer, Paul Rissman, with the London Symphony Orchestra, and together we're working on some of the sheet music from the Victorian period based around the Alice books and Wonderland more generally. And on the basis of that 19th century music, we're working together to produce a new Wonderland concert suite which will be performed at the Barbican in November.